probably figured out by now that transforming your emotional world means trying on lots of new behaviors. If you careen wildly through life, zooming from one crisis to another without stopping to examine what you feel, you'll have to slow down, digging deep in order to connect to your inner world. Understand what your emotions mean in your life and consider how they impact your behavior. Why not spend just a few minutes at the end of each day recalling what emotion you experienced or writing them down in a journal? Conversely, if you believe that every waking moment must be brimming with passion or heartache, you'll need to learn how to modulate emotions so they don't overpower and rule you. Intense emotions can certainly make you feel alive, but they need to be complemented with good judgment and clear thinking. Your work is to get your head in gear and give your heart a rest. Once you're in better balance, it will be easier to curtail negative behaviors that hurt you and expand self-care activities that heal you. If you're generally an angry, anxious, or defensive person, or basically an unhappy person, you're setting yourself up to fail at breaking your bad habits. It's one thing to have moments of upset and angst, and quite another to suffer from chronic dissatisfaction or melancholy. All someone needs to do is scratch your emotional surface and you're bound to fly off the handle or plunge into despair. Until you realize that your view of the world acts like a magnet to emotional pain, you continue to suffer. Moreover, your negative reactions are bound to be so intense that they overshadow your best intentions to change your behaviors. Many chronic emotional states or conditions make it difficult to be a happy, productive member of society. Perhaps you're depressed, suffer from an anxiety disorder, or haven't healed from long ago or recent trauma. Unless you deal with what's causing emotional blockages and ruptures, you won't be able to heal your pain or maintain healthy habits. What keeps you from exploring the roots of your unhappiness? What prevents you from getting the help you need to become the person you want and deserve to be? If you can't figure out why you're a walking time bomb, a well of loneliness, or a hive of anxiety, you can read self-help books on emotional health and trauma. Keep a journal of your emotions to help you track and understand them. Show your feelings with understanding, compassionate friends, or take a workshop on how to be more assertive or how to relax with yoga. If you've done all of the above and are still unable to change, you can seek out professional help. Most of the strategies I've given you for handling emotions more sanely focus on making internal adjustments, but another avenue of transforming also exists. Rather than change yourself, you can change your environment. Allowing yourself to remain in chronically stressful situations will make it nearly impossible to end your self-destructive behaviors. If you are sick and tired of going out to lunch with friends who constantly talk about dieting and losing weight and what's wrong with them and what's wrong with men, and they complain and they're going nowhere in life, it's time to get new friends. Every time you visit your son and daughter-in-law, they expect you to join them in cleaning the house. It is time to find another venue for getting together. If work is stressing you out because you're doing the job of two people and your boss refuses to hire additional help, maybe you need to find work that's doable and that brings you pleasure. If you're miserable in a relationship, read the writing on the wall. Gather your courage, get some help, and walk out. Recognizing your emotional triggers and changing your responses is challenging. Triggers, however, are nothing more than buttons that get pushed when you think you can't help yourself. Maybe you've been telling yourself you can't for a long time, or maybe you've wanted to change, but you don't know how. Keep focusing on all three tracks: transforming unhealthy beliefs, coming to terms with your feelings, and monitoring your behavior. Your triggers will gradually move from the forefront to the background of your life. Not only that, you'll increase your confidence and self-trust and start to experience the pure joy that comes from making peace with yourself and your emotions and taking care of yourself with consideration and compassion.